Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I'm your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I'm delighted to welcome an accomplished entrepreneur with a focus on marketing and technology from New Delhi, India, Mr. Himanshu Singh. Himanshu, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ashutosh ji. It's been a delight coming
Thank
on
you.
to your show.
Thank you. Himanshu is the founder and chief executive officer of Echio. I hope I have the pronunciation right, an AI driven influencer marketing platform. So, Himanshu, tell me about your company and what was the core problem in influencer marketing that you set out to solve?
What our company Echio do is basically an AI-based ROI-driven influencer marketing company, which basically helps brands and influencers connect very smoothly and also make sure that the agencies are also not a competition of ours, but a partner of ours. So,
Hmm.
making sure that all the three pillars of the industry, which is brands, influencers, and agencies, are all together and growing with the industry norms.
Hmm.
And what our major problem statements was when we got into this industry, so we saw that there's a lot of problems which influencers were facing. So while I was in my college days, uh, we were running another startup which was DER Esports. So I was into esports industry and I was organizing tournaments, third party tournaments and all. Since that day, we started getting views and everything over Instagram and Discord. We got more than 20,000 followers over there.
Hmm.
And one day, one of my friend who came and asked me to sell his YouTube channel. So I asked him, why do you want to sell your YouTube channel? As he had 100,000 subscribers over YouTube and a very good average views. So everyone thinks that such big numbers in subscribers or followers always means that they're earning very good money and they don't have to care about even about food or something like that. They will be
Hmm.
traveling a lot. So it was the same question for me as well. So I asked him. So he said he was getting some kind of a pressure from his family that he should get a stable job. Then he was not earning much because YouTube monetization is very low in India in as compared to when you go to the dollars.
Correct.
And on the third part, he didn't know how to get to brands, how to collaborate with brands. He was not even in contact with any other agency. So I figured out that okay, I have the good experience in dealing with the brands, and I brought him a brand deal of about 35,000 for just 2 minute video. And he since then he's continuing his journey in his content creation of his passion or and since that day, I figured it out that there's a huge loophole between influencers' journey. What they wanted to do is create content and influence the people what they like to. But there's a huge statement of challenges what they figure faces. So since
Hmm.
that day, I figured out that it's a whole new market. It's a huge opportunity and a huge number of influencers who are facing the same kind of a problem situation. And since then, Ekyo was born.
Very interesting. And, since you know brands and since you know influencers, what are some of the features that brands find most valuable that you bring to them? And why does this happen?
So when we started doing this influencer marketing journey, we were going through solving the influencers problems, and we didn't figure it out that there are other parties as well whom are facing different challenges, which is brands and agencies. So while working for the influencers, we figured it out that brands have a different segment of different problem statements for themselves as well.
Hmm.
So, first of all, influencers or content creators, you say that they buy followers, they buy views, they buy engagement, or whatever it is, right? So, that was the very first challenge for the brands to make sure that the creator they're engaging with is not having such kind of a followers, fake
Hmm.
followers, or something. And on the other side, for an example, let me just give you an example.
Yeah.
For an example, you as a brand have a bangles product, right? And you are based out of Jaipur. You don't have any shipment available for any other state. You are just available for Rajasthan. Okay. Now you tend to use influencer marketing and you select a particular influencer by seeing the looks and average followers, average views, engagement rate. So these are the metrics what everyone knows about influencer marketing, but not the backstage scenes. What happens is when you choose such kind of a creator, and after seeing that there's a huge glamour, there's a lot of followers and views, you take it and you will get a final sale funnel, and your sales will just ship rocket, right?
Mm, mm,
Skyrocket. Now
mm,
on the other side, what happens is when you start the campaign, when the creators posted the video, right? What happened is you say brands comes and says, "यार हमारा तो influencer marketing में पैसा बर्बाद हो गया, हमें तो कोई ROI नहीं मिला." So what happened is, the audience that particular influencer is catering is not matching to your particular target audience.
mm,
So when you run Meta ads and Instagram ads, it actually gives you an option to select the target audience
mm,
whom you are trying to reach out to, right? But in influencer marketing, there's none of such platforms who is giving such kind of a, priority to the brands that
mm,
they can actually select the target audience and they can actually match it with your performance campaigns.
mm,
Now, what happened is, as soon as we got to know about this, we got a API directly from Meta. We cracked a deal about it, and since that day, we have the data about influencers that the audience they are catering to is considered from which sector, like what age group, what gender, and what demographies, and whatever the brand requires, right?
mm, mm,
So, which helps brands in a very specific way, that if a brand have just the shipment available for Rajasthan or Delhi or Bangalore or something like that,
mm,
it is also targeted with that as well, and also making sure that audience is very demographically even the gender ratio, because when you see the makeup brands coming in, Mama Earth and a lot more brands are coming in, says that okay, we are a makeup company, that's why we are going to choose the female influencers, right?
mm,
Now, what happened is when they choose the female influencers, their target audience is not the female. The majority of the target audience is males. So
mm.
it basically dumbs down the money, and it is just burning the money out in the
Very
influencer marketing
interesting.
campaigns.
Very interesting. So tell me, how do you use AI to match brands and the right influencers?
Yeah, so when we talk about the brands, right? So there are a lot of different types of brands, like who just started it. There are the startups, MSMEs, and the huge big companies who have gone to IPOs and more. Right? Most of the there's a huge variety of brands who are going to use influencer marketing and who are using influencer marketing. But on the other side, when you see that when people just started their business, they don't have the budgets
Mm,
to go ahead and make sure that the audience is giving the feedback, right? So what happened is these kind of brands or these kind of founders need some kind of a like help towards it, or they want that influencers can just promote it and they will get to know about what is the feedback of from the audience, from the viewers, right? So
mm,
we help them out through our AI platforms, and also there are more different types of people who don't even know how to use influencer marketing, even what is influencer marketing. They have the budgets, right? So for such kind of people, our AI basically helps them to curate their whole campaign. When a brand comes onto the platform, they give us the whole picture about what they are up to, what they want to sell, and what is the like how do they want their brand image to be positioned, influenced against the audience, right?
mm,
So taking all of that data from a brand and integrating it to what an influencer is selling towards.
mm,
So when an influencer comes in, this we ask a lot of huge chunk of questions from them, that if we are you are okay with this budget, if we are okay with such kind of brands, what is your category, what kind of deals you are not going to do, and something. So it is a perfect matchmaking for a brand and influencer, which happens in under 24 hours, which is again a different USP of ours, because most of the campaigns in industry is currently taking 5 to 7 days of time period. So making sure that the time period of a brand and the time is saving by the brand as well, because when you are a startup, you need to do things very quickly, and when you are a big brand as well, when you are going to launch your products, you need to move quickly. So
very
in
interesting.
order to making sure all of that is working fine, so our AI comes there and helps all of such people out who don't know about influencer marketing, who don't know how to use it. So it helps them out integrating all the data with it and making sure that you get your perfect set of influencers for your campaigns.
Mm. And how do you ensure data accuracy and authenticity? especially with so many fake followers and manipulation of data?
Yeah, so it's a very good point. Most of the brands and most of the investors also ask us. So
Hmm.
what happens is we get the data directly from Meta about the influencers. We also track the sentimental analysis of the comments of the post as well.
Hmm.
So integrating all of that, and we make sure that there's few things which is very deflected from when you buy followers and buy views versus when they are organic. So there's a few things which gets altered, so we make sure that all those things are captured at the time of entry of the influencer towards the download of the sign up. So
Hmm.
what happens is whenever a content creator comes in and they downloads the application, right, it's a not public application. They can just they can obviously direct, download from Play Store or App Store. It is available there, but when they download it, they try to sign up, and since the very first step is connecting their socials, either it is YouTube or Instagram. So when they do it, when they connect it, at that moment of time, we get all the data from their owner socials. Now we analyze the data and we give it the feedback if it's a fake account or a real account. Now when it's a real account, they get the access to the sign up, and if
Hmm.
it's a fake account, we just don't get allow them to
Very
be on board
interesting.
with it.
And how large, in your view, Himanshu, is the influencer marketing opportunity in our country?
So it's a huge market even in India. It's like growing so fast, and as you can see that after the shows like Shark Tank India, there are many such shows came into the entertainment industry, and you can see that the same kind of show started in Gujarat and in fashion industry by Karen Johansson. Now, what happened is when this kind of culture, the startup culture, gets some spark to it, people are now shifting their mindset from having a job to starting a job, right?
Hmm.
To creating some jobs.
Yeah.
Now, when they do it, they need influencer marketing in order to get into the audience.
Hmm.
Uh, Now, what happens is this is basically helping the influencer marketing industry out to get as many as influencers to start their journey with content creation, and towards the brands as well, because the brands are the people who are going to give the monetary part to the influencers for their journey, right? Now in order to see, as we can also see that brands are increasing, number of brands are increasing, people are now more shifting towards influencer marketing because it's a cheaper way to get the targeted audience.
Hmm.
Now the major problem shipment was the ROI for the brands, and we are solving it to the product. So I feel that Echio will help the industry out for in order to get best ROIs. Even we made sure that the through scripts as well, we are making sure that the ROI is getting on top. So
Hmm.
I feel there's a huge opportunity in future as soon as Echio goes on. And on the other side, there's a millions of influencers and content creators in just Indian industry, which is more than 15 million influencers are there. So I feel that there's a huge market, and influencers need to have a community of their own as well, which basically we try to do that and made sure that influencers are getting their own community. They are getting the right mentorship, not from us, but from the people from their own industry who are already cracked the algorithms.
Very interesting. And how do you support new or emerging creators who want to monetize but lack visibility?
Yeah, so when you talk about such kind of influencers, such kind of content creators who are just got into the space, who got into like glam that we want this and that. First of all, we made sure that they are on top of it, like they want to do that really, because it's a difficult journey altogether, because you're not going to get the brand deals or get the monetary part since day one. So it takes time, it takes efforts, it takes like consistency for you, for everyone who want to be into the content creation journey. So for them, we have this mobile application which we figured it out that giving a platform to influencers where they can actually connect with themselves, with the people with the same journey, with the same passion, will help them a lot. And we made sure from our research, from what we did, from the 30,000 influencers what we have,
mm,
is they want such kind of a community where they can actually exclusively talk to other influencers who have already cracked things.
mm,
And also when you talk about creators, there's the terms comes in, which is the ego of a content creator,
mm,
which makes like a big influencer says that I don't want to talk to people who have 10,000 followers or 20,000 or 50,000, because I don't see that such people as influencers, right? So we made sure to give them the space they want as well, because there's a categorization in our application for the chat features.
mm,
To so what our application is, so it is an exclusive community of influencers, a
mm,
LinkedIn for influencer marketing. So
mm,
where they can actually come and post. What they post is not what they post on Instagram or Facebook or like YouTube. So what they are posting is a post like LinkedIn, a professional post, like what is currently going on trends. If you gone to such a to an event, you got an award, you are telling the people like, influencers can just start new trends through this mobile application as well after connecting to each other, right? So it's a very segmented or sectored version for influencers where they can
mm,
actually see all together like what kind of influencers are there, and they can get to connect with other influencers, get mentorship, or can give mentorship or whatever, right? So it's altogether a full one and only platform for influencers where they are coming, they're getting the community, they're getting the mentorship, they're giving the mentorship, even they are getting the brand deals as well through that mobile application. So not just through mobile application, we also made sure that what influencers want is someone to hear about them, about their life as well. So
mm,
uh, they can't just post everything on social media, right?
mm,
And what they want to post about their personal life is not to the whole audience, is to someone which is not that private family, not
mm,
that public whole audience, but few middle people like friends and family, friends, or few of their own community, right? So this platform made sure that this is not your WhatsApp for your family or friends and family part, and this is not your social media like Instagram and YouTube or LinkedIn or something.
mm.
So this is getting giving you a some soft spot, soft corner as well for you. So yeah.
Very interesting. And based on so many people you have already spoken to, onboarded over 30,000 influencers. What trends in the creator economy have you noticed that will impact platforms like Echio?
Okay. So first of all, after working with so many creators now, and we figured it out that what influencers are into, first of all, they don't get the transparency what they needed
Hmm.
from the brand or the agency they are working with, because there's a big loophole over there. And through our platform, we made sure that the transparency is coming towards the influencers and they're getting the worth what they are working for. For an example, let me tell you an example, a past example of mine. I was working with few influencers, and they were working with some different agency, right? And what happened is that ex agency, what they did is they got a let's say 1 lakh rupees from the brand, right, for a particular influencer.
Hmm.
Now they made a different agreement with the influencer, and they made it about 20,000.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, what influencer thinks that they are worth 20,000 rupees for that particular work, right? What happened is brand is agreeing to give 1 lakh rupees for that for that particular content, right? So I feel the market rates are going into the wrong direction as of now.
Right. Hmm.
People are thinking that creators are thinking that whatever they will ask and they will get on that. I saw that when I was into the market, I saw it's 10 paisa per view what the creators were asking and what they were getting. But as of now, what today's market is saying that it is more than 1 rupee for many influencers as of now, and they don't even have the followers or the engagement rate. I feel the costings for the industry is going into the wrong direction,
Hmm.
and I feel that creators somewhere have to understand this, that nobody will get such kind of amount until unless they have the power to sell products. So there's a huge difference between Indian creator economy and a global creator economy, which
Correct.
is influencers or content creators globally are keen to work on monetary basis, like affiliate models. So what happens is they ask brands directly that if this is the product, I will promote this. I don't want any kind of a fixed cost. What I want is a part of revenue, 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, whatever it is. So
Mm.
they negotiate over that.
Mm.
And what means is whatever the how many number of products they will sell, they will just get the revenue out of it. And which is a better revenue model for
Correct.
such influencers who have such kind of ability to sell,
Yeah.
right? Now, on to the other side, when you see the Indian creator economy, creators are like running away from such affiliate models. They are
Yeah.
not into affiliate models because on their own they also know that they can't sell the product. They don't have the power to sell it. They just have the power to show. Now, on the other side, big creators, big influencers like Bone Bam, Harsh Benewal, such kind of a creators are onto it. They are up to affiliate models because they know the power of their voice, and that's where I feel that the choice of influencers for a brand is very important. If you just want the audience to see it, you can go towards whatever model you like to. But if you are very keen to have the sales and you don't want to burn your money, you will be using the right influencer sets, and that particular influencer will also be agreeing to the affiliate models as well. And
Mm.
there's no harm for brands and creators to like negotiate in such a manner that let's say influencer will say that if that particular deal will cost 50,000 rupees for that particular influencer, right? That influencer can say that I will take 10,000 rupees as a fixed cost, and on top of that I will take 5% as the affiliate model,
Mm.
and whatever the number of products I will sell, and I will be just getting that revenue as well. That
Mm.
will I feel that will give them a very beneficial
Yeah.
outcome to that content.
Absolutely. And that's a very powerful way to even tell influencers that, if you really believe you have influence, then
Yeah.
take a revenue share. You probably earn much more. But I have time for one more question for you, Himanshu, and that is that, you've done so much work on technology. You've been a two-time creator. You're building an area which is connecting influencers and brands and consumers, of course. What is your long-term vision for Echio as the creator economy evolves?
So, for Echio, I feel that there's no brand name as of now in influencer marketing industry. You can say that influencer marketing, you don't see any name in your mind, right?
Yeah.
When you see cold drinks, you see Coke, you see
Hmm.
Pepsi, right? So, what I want is to become that brand name into the industry,
Hmm.
and I feel I am onto the right track after looking after all the three pillars of the industry and not becoming a competitor of other agencies as well.
Yeah.
So making sure whatever if someone thinks about I wanted to be a content creator, I want to be an influencer, right? Okay, Echo is your go-to place where you can actually see how to start with the content creation journey, and making sure that you are getting the deals and everything. So on the other side, if you're a brand, if you want to start a business, right, a D2C business, B2C business, or
Hmm.
whatever kind of business you want to start, you say, okay, अब मैं marketing कैसे करूँगा? What is going to be my GTM? So you will see, okay, let's go to Echo, and then we will figure it out, because
Hmm.
Echo makes sure that even if you don't know how to start with your marketing, what is your GTM strategies, it is making sure that you are getting the right set of plan about your
Hmm.
marketing strategies through our
Hmm.
AI models. And on the other side, when you talk about agencies, so whenever someone wants to start a business in influencer marketing industry, so there are two things: either you have brands, either you have influencers to serve
Hmm.
for.
Hmm.
Now, what our model is, if you have brands and not influencers, come to AQ. We will give you the right set of influencers for your clients, and we
Correct.
will,
Yeah.
yeah. And on the other side, if you have influencers, not the clients, then come to Echio,
Mm.
put your influencers over there, and just make sure that your influencers are working for the right content, and you are working for those influencers to make sure that influencers are now getting better quality of content as well. And we
Mm.
will make sure that your agency will get the revenue over it.
Very interesting.
So making sure that all the three parties are intact and keeping it very clean for the global market, and making sure that whatever kind of influencer there is, whatever kind of brands, even the big brands can come in and they can use EQ as their tool to influencer marketing, which will help them to scale their marketing very quickly, because it will help you out. On the other side, also with the agencies as well. So we have a different company, Creators Connect, under Equio only. So we made sure that the community of influencers should not be just online, it should be offline as well. So that's where we brought it up with Greater Select, and we do creators exclusive events where creators, brands, and agencies, all three parties are very much welcome. They can have the food and whatever they can do. There we have the sessions for the influencers and brands as well. A very well networking dinner over there for all the three parties, and we didn't think about any kind of a competition through between agencies over there, because we are very much okay to, if that influencer is getting some brand deals or monetization from any other place, I am
Mm.
very happy that they are getting the work.
Mm.
Because as of now, more than 99% of influencers are not getting the monetization, and I will be very happy and glad if any of the influencers is getting the deal, and I will never think about the competition over there, because I know what I'm up to, and I don't think so that someone's journey should be a speed breaker for me, and I feel that it's a partnership for me.
Wonderful. And on that note, Himanshu, I just want to say what a fascinating conversation this has been. Thank you for talking to me about Echio. I think I learned many new things from you about influencer marketing, about creators, about how you're using technology to bridge the gap between brands, influencers, and consumers. Thank you for speaking to me and good luck to you.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the brand called You.